Okay, so today I'm going to be doing my draw my life for you guys, and my drawing isn't even good. I don't know how to draw, so just don't tease. I want to do this for fun. So I was born on January 9, 1997, and I don't remember what hospital I was born at. I think I was born at either Queens or Kapiolani Hospital. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's either one of those two. So here's a funny story. When my mom was pregnant with me, and when her water broke, on the way when her and my dad was driving to the hospital, I was already coming out of her. So like she was getting all freaked out, and she was telling me, "Hurry up, come on, it's coming out." So, yeah, that's really funny. I am the youngest. I mean, no, sorry, I am the third out of four children, and I have my dad, my mom, my brother Isaiah, my sister Brooke, and then me, and then I have my little sister named Jada, who I'm going to talk about later on in this video. So in this drawing that I'm drawing right now, it's just me and my two older siblings. I'm not drawing my little sister because she wasn't born yet and she never existed yet, so yeah. So after I was born, my mom and dad moved out of their apartment and started looking for new houses, and they finally found a house, and the house is as old as I am, so I am 16 years old and the house is 16 as well. So right now we painted our house just recently, and our house is pink and sorry, a light purple and a light green. After 4 years, my mom and dad decided to have a baby, and that's when my little sister came along, and her name is Jada, and she's just the most wonderful thing ever. Just kidding. So after 4 kids, my mom and dad decided that they wanted another child, but it never did happen. My mom actually wanted a boy, but it never did happen because they talked it out and they agreed that giving birth is expensive and 4 is okay. So we never had a baby brother, which I hoped we did, but we never had one. But it's okay. So my life was going all good until a couple years later I found out that my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and I'm not sure what kind of cancer it is, but I think it is lymphoma cancer. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I felt like my life was totally over, like all these thoughts were coming to him, I need my dad, I need my dad to graduate, to grow up, I just need him, I can't lose him. And I was so young too, it's like, I'm only 6 years old, and I have no dad already. So every day for like a couple of months, he would always visit my dad at the hospital, and every time we'd visit, he would just look so weak, and I just didn't like it, and that's something I'm never gonna forget. A couple months later, after my dad was feeling, a bit okay, before that we planned to go to Disneyland. So during that summer, we actually went to California, and we stayed at my auntie's house there. I would remember going to SeaWorld, Disneyland, the zoo, and while we were up there, we went to a store called Target, and then I was just so amazed because that was my first time ever going to Target, and I didn't want to leave that store. So after 2 weeks, we went back home, and then everything was back to reality again. So my dad had to go back to chemotherapy, and I went back to school, and yeah. A few months later, we found out happy news, and we found out that my dad was finished with his cancer and he was responding well to the treatment and chemotherapy. So you can say that my dad is a cancer survivor. This was one of the most happiest moments of my life because now my family. A few years later, my Tata Pio died, and it was really heartbreaking for me because I was so little at that time, and my Tata was my everything to me. So when I found out he died, it was an emotional moment for me. So let's talk about my sports life. So when I was 2 to 4 years old, my mom, she signed me up for pool, and I hated it. So after At 8 years old, I signed up for karate, which I really loved, but eventually I stopped at orange belt, and I wish I could go back. Actually, I want to go back. At 10 years old, my dad signed me up for basketball, which I really, really hated, and I think I was the number 6 or 7, but yeah, I just really hated basketball. It wasn't my thing, and I hated it, I hated it, I hated it. When I was in 6th grade, I signed up for the girls' volleyball team, which I loved so much because I made so many friends, and it was something that I loved to do. And every day when I would come home after school, you know, I would practice my volleyball, I would play with my siblings. It was really fun. Right now, I am currently in wrestling, and I was a JV captain, and now I'm moving on to varsity. And throughout my whole JV career, I was in 3rd place overall for the OIA. When I was little, we had a dog named Shasta and a dog named Primo. They were my dad's hunting dogs, and one time while they were hunting, they actually ran away and they never came back to my dad, so I don't know where they are right now. They're probably dead. Then we eventually got small dogs, and they were our house dogs, so we got a dog named Ikahi, and we got a dog named London. Then came along my bunny, which is mine. His name is Binky. And then later on, we got our little sister's dog, and his name is Aldo. The dog Ikahi, the one I drew, when I drew the 3rd one, he actually ran away. I don't know why. He's stupid. We also have a turtle named Lao Lao, but we recently just gave her to the pet place, the store. We actually had more dogs in this. We had a dog named Hershey, Poochie, Lola, Hoku, Baby, and Kiki, but Baby, she died, and Kiki, she died. So in total, I think we had like 13 dogs or more than that, because we had a lot of dogs throughout my childhood. My best friend's name is Ashley, and you can go ahead and find her YouTube channel. It's called It's Best Friend Time. And last year, my freshman year, I got a boyfriend. His name is Kenneth, and because I was hanging out with him a lot, I actually lost touch with Ashley. So our friendship kind of went down the hill, but now we're trying to regain it back, and I hope we come close again like how we was before, and I have a feeling we are. Oh, so I have this funny memory. So when I was in 3rd grade, and one day I was walking home from school, and I really had to pee, but I figured I'd hold it in until I got home. And then when I finally got home, I couldn't wait to pee, so as I was opening the door, I had already pissed in my pants, which is really embarrassing. So now that I'm an upcoming junior, I figured I'd talk about my YouTube history. So when I was a freshman, that was when I started YouTube, or was it when I was in 8th grade? I'm not sure, but yeah. So when I started YouTube, the first video I actually posted was actually nail videos. So after like a month, I was doing nail videos for a while. Then I stopped doing it because it wasn't my thing. Then I started to do baking videos and stopped doing it because it wasn't my thing. So now I am just doing whatever videos I want to do, and I actually do have a second channel, and it is called XOJ Sisters, where I share with my sister and we just do vlogs. So yeah, I'm just gonna do random videos from now on. I forgot to mention this, but when I was in 3rd grade, that was when I actually transferred schools. So throughout my elementary, from kindergarten to 2nd grade, I went to Kailani Elementary School. And then my mom, her work got moved closer to where we live, so I had to move school, so I moved to Kaleapu Elementary School. Thanks for watching, and if Ashley is watching this, you better do a draw my life.